5 reasons why you may have a good CTR, good traffic, good clicks, but no sales or just very few sales. This is a very common problem that I hear people talking about all the time, so I decided to help out with this video using my experience about this certain topic. The first reason why you might have a lot of clicks, a lot of engagement on Facebook or whatever, but no sales in your store is false expectations. So I know that many people have ads that look good or are very exciting, where they show like certain nice pictures, nice wallpapers, or something that just looks good that people see and find it's interesting. They may even have nice amount of likes, comments, shares, everything, people tagging each other, but when they land on the store, they see something completely different to what they have expected. So maybe you're not even showing the product in your ad, and you are just like showing something different that is related to it, but not the product itself. And when people click because they are curious about what's really behind this ad, they land on your store and they're disappointed because they don't see what they expected. And this can also be because, for example, you advertise the free plus shipping offer saying, hey, this product is free, only pay shipping, and when they land on your store, they see that shipping is like $10 or something, while they may have expected it to be $2 or $3. Another reason, so this is a small variation of the wrong or false expectation, people expecting something that you do not fulfill, and then they just leave. The second thing is that you basically have just a bad store itself. And this could mean that, for example, the loading time in your store is very, very slow, or that you have like some shady graphics, or all looks a little bit strange and doesn't add up to them. Maybe the store looks a little bit outdated. I see this when people have very like aggressive colors and it doesn't match and it doesn't fit the product that they sell. So these are some reasons inside the point of bad store that may be the reason for people just leaving and not buying anything at all, simply because they don't like how your store is made, and because maybe the navigation is bad, they don't know how to reach certain sites inside your store. So definitely think about it and make sure that your store is really user-friendly. Use apps like Lucky Orange or Hotjar to see if your store is intuitive, and make sure that this is definitely the case. The third thing is that people don't have any buying intent, so maybe they just found your ad interesting, exciting, they just wanted to learn more about it, but they never actually planned to buy anything at all. I know this from myself. I regularly click on some ads because I think, hey, what's this? This looks interesting. Maybe it's a certain product or service, but I never actually plan to buy one of these. So sometimes I just land on the site and think, hey, that's pretty cool, but I still don't buy it. And this is because very often I don't plan to buy any of these things at all. And in this case, the product must be really, really good to convince me to buy something. So it's not that just because someone visits the site because they saw an ad, he's also very likely to buy, because there is still like a huge path from just clicking to actually buying something. And this is something that you definitely have to be aware of, there is a very, very big difference. The fourth, or let's say the fourth thing is Unsharp Targeting, and this is pretty related to the buying intent, especially if you sell, for example, a very expensive product, but you also have young people in your target audience who might not be able to afford this product. They might be interested in it, they maybe want to learn more about it, but they are never actually able to buy this item because simply it's too expensive. And this can have a lot of variations, that you offer something that is actually not that perfectly targeted to the group you're addressing, but still they find it interesting, and therefore they click on the ads, and therefore you pay for the clicks, but actually you never get anything out of them, or just a very, very, very small amount. In this case, you have to refine your targeting and combine this with the point of missing purchase intent to make sure that you really use the audience that is quite buying ready to or has some purchase intent, to make sure that you are not wasting too much. Of course, you cannot only target those people, because it's simply not possible to target people with buying intent only, but you can for example, you can reduce this amount a little bit by targeting people who use credit cards online for online shopping and these things, and who like certain pages that are maybe show some purchase intent at all, so that you at least try to filter the people who buy stuff regularly online and not all people in general. And the last thing, which is also very important, the last point is follow up. So a lot of people don't buy at the first sight. So they may see a product which looks interesting, but then they may leave and they may talk with their friends about it, or they just sleep a night over it, or a lot of reasons why they don't buy immediately. You maybe know this from yourself. You saw something, maybe you even put it in the basket, in the cart, but you don't buy there are 1,000 different reasons. And then most likely people will just forget about it and never visit your site again. And this is a pretty huge problem. So there are basically two ways you can reduce this. The first one is to use cart recovery. So if someone adds something to your to their cart and they just leave and never visit again, make sure that you have a follow-up sequence in place using cart recovery emails that you send out, for example, one day after the add to cart, so that people get an email saying, hey, what's up? Are you still interested in product X? Or maybe do you even want a discount, so that they are ready, so that they have your product in their mind again, and they revisit your website, and eventually they close the sale. And the second thing, which is very important, is retargeting. And this also works if people didn't put anything in their cart. So if someone visited your store and just left, it means that at least he had some interest in your topic, and in what your whole store is about. And in this case, you should definitely set up a retargeting campaign targeting all the people that visited your store. You can also segregate them again by people who added something into cart or clicked a certain product page. But in general, you should at least have one campaign retargeting all the people that visited your site and reminding them that you actually exist. You can do this with the right column ad or just with a normal newsfeed ad, eventually saying something like, hey, we now also have a discount on new products or whatever, so that people think about your store again. You are back in their minds and they may come back to you and eventually also close the sale. So these are 5 reasons and what you can do in order to transform the engagement and clicks that you get into sales. Of course, they're not all the reasons, but I think that are the 5 most important ones. Besides things like you need a good product and so on, of course, but this should be pretty obvious. I hope there was some value in there for you, and if you have any questions about this topic or any other topic, just let me know so I'm making a video about this. And good luck with this. See you in the next video, guys.